Authentiviews, here we go. Oh, 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 let's talk. Authentiviews, with Walkin Contradiction. Let's talk. Oh, oh, Authentiviews, let's talk.
What's going on? It's your main man, Walkin Contradiction, here once again with another installment of Authentiviews of Walkin Contradiction, brought to you by In the Spotlight magazine. We are here today with a legend in the hip hop game. His man name is Big Daddy Kane. You know his discography. You know the films he's been in. We're gonna get in a little bit of that later, but I like to just start off with how you feeling, man.
Man, I feel great, man. Life is beautiful.
That's what's up. The reason I asked him how he's feeling because now he's taking a deep breath and now he's coming out with some fresh air. He has a new group called Last Supper. They have a new single out, and that album is on iTunes right
iTunes
now.
and Amazon.
And Amazon. So it's just to jump right into the interview. Kane, how did you feel when this project came across your table?
I thought it was a great idea, great concept, because there's a heavy young generation that loves, that vintage soul music. And they're the same cats that love, conscious hip hop as well. So merging the two together to make it work, and then plus having the opportunity to do it, with live instrumentation,
Right.
takes it to a much higher level.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to ask you because you came from the era where people started to sample and loop, and how does it feel now at this stage in your career? Now you're rocking with some live instrumentation.
It still works out because it's like the way everything is recorded. We're using all the vintage instruments. We're using old Hammond B3 organs, upright pianos. We went and rented the old RCA ribbon mics and all that there stuff. The old vintage Rogers drum sets. So it's like basically, we're duplicating the sounds that you hear on the sample.
Wow. Well, people who know music is having a ball listening to the things this man has just mentioned. So if you don't know, just Google some of the names we just said, and you'll see real music. That's the orchestras. That's Love Supreme. You know what I'm saying? Real musicians rock with this type of this artillery. So I'm excited to hear the entire album. I got a sample from Double Exposure. I can't wait to go ahead and download myself. I am going to support the project, download the album because it is available on Amazon and iTunes. But now my next question is because a lot of people have been screaming for good music, quality music. Now you guys have given them that. So the as we say, seasoned old heads are gonna love that side of it. But how do you feel about some of them who aren't really into hip hop, and I guess you're introducing them hip hop with this soulful feel?
People that aren't.
Cause some old heads aren't really into hip hop, but they like.
Well, I think that this is music for any age. It's like good music is good music.
Right.
Bottom line. So I believe that if you're an older person that's not into hip hop, but you do love the whole Motown feel, the Stax Records feel, you're hearing that, you're feeling out this, and you'll accept the hip hop elements, just as well because, like I said, good music is good music.
Right. And I agree. And the reason I was asking that question for anyone who's hesitant about it, just have a listen because it is really, it blends in very well. I listened with an unbiased ear, and I didn't know what part you were going to come in on the I Believe song. But when it came in, it was a perfect marriage of old school, new school flavor, and that good vibe. So I'm excited about the project because we do need this kind of music. So now my question is, from being a person who's been all over the world, done movies, been on every major stage you could think of, how does it feel at this point in your career when like Showtime is the lead singer? How do you guys balance that spotlight in the same group?
Oh, I've been doing this for 25 years, professionally. So He can have it. I'm good. Just call me when the rap part comes, man. Yeah.
Okay, and I guess the final question I would say, as you have now, as a more seasoned artist, and you're looking at the game today, do you feel uh, that artists, have a responsibility to their listeners with their choice of words and
No,
subject matter?
no, not
Okay.
at all. I feel that as an artist, you're supposed to express your artistic point of view.
Okay.
Your artistic point of view may be something negative. It may be something sexual. It may be something, uh, I mean, I respect people like uh, Lil Wayne
Mm,
and others who for their point of view, just like I respected Ice-T, Cool G Rap,
right,
Luke
right.
Skywalker for their point of view, just like I respected Millie Jackson,
Mm,
Blowfly
right,
for their
right.
point of view, you know. Uh, so I mean, it's like if you really feel like you want to educate the youth, then yes, do something conscious,
Right.
do something uplifting.
Hmm.
You know, if you feel that you just want to, say a bunch of nasty stuff and vulgar stuff, then hey, do you. But what I don't respect is this, because see, here's the difference. During the time of Ice-T and Cool G Rap, they didn't get no radio play.
Right. Yeah.
Millie
Yeah.
Jackson, Blowfly, they didn't get no radio
None.
play in the 70s.
None.
You know what I'm saying? But now it seems that radio and the media wants to focus on and glorify the negative side of music
Right.
as opposed to all the conscious artists out there like Common, Talib Kweli, Mos Def, even in the R&B field, Jill Scott, Erica Badu,
Hmm.
Yazoo St. James. These are the artists that don't get the major spotlight. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
They're not in the mainstream. So, I mean, as far as the artists, no, I mean, I don't blame any artist for, their negative perspective or whatever direction they go. That's up to them. It's always been that type of situation. It's about how you let the people hear it.
Right, and I respect that. I respect that answer because, you know, as an artist myself, I choose not to use vulgarity, but also I speak about love and love making. But I believe you do it in a creative way. And like I said, you are one of my musical icons because you spoke about it, and you spoke it like a real man talking to a woman, but it was tasteful, and I respect that. And as I write, I take that into account to be tasteful and respectful. But I also understand people can make decisions. They can decide to do what they want, but you
But
know,
it's really about, like I said, someone has to play parent.
right?
Because when you was a kid, you knew curse words.
Mm-hmm.
You knew curse words when you was 5, 6 years old.
Right, right.
You knew them, but you knew when to say them.
Absolutely,
So I mean, that's
absolutely.
the whole thing. It's like someone has to say, we're not playing that because it's too vulgar.
Right.
You
Parenting.
know.
See, that's what I'm talking. This is my authentic views. Is what I love to do because people keeping it real. Parents have to step up.
No, but I'm not talking about parents. I'm talking about people at radio stations,
Oh, see
people
that
at
too.
video shows. They have to act like parents. They have to be
Mm-hmm.
the ones to say, "All right, we're not playing that video because it's too vulgar.
Right.
We're not playing that song because it's too violent."
Oh man, I hope
They
you.
have to,
Hope
I mean,
you
back in the
listen.
days, that's like with trying to get a video on Donnie Simpson's show, man. It was like you got the wrong T-shirt on. You got a T-shirt on with a bag of weed on it. That's
That's
that.
that.
They
Yeah.
don't like blur it out. Nah, your video's not getting played in the
Right.
story.
Right. And I can respect that. So I know this he's a very busy man. He's promoting his new album and new single. I'm gonna let him get out of here, but I'm just gonna ask you this one last thing. It's feel good music, and I can tell in the audio that you had a good time in the studio recording this music. What I guess classic song would you say being in the booth has this process reminded you of recording?
What classic song?
Yeah,
I
like
don't.
any one of your classics before that you been in the booth and you had the same feeling that you had while recording, this current
Oh,
music.
probably raw. You
Okay.
know, raw. Having that feeling like like, oh yeah, they ain't ready for this. Yeah.
That's what's up. So listen, people, we need to support this kind of music because again, we can't get mad about what's happening unless we support the things. that are making the kids have a different outlook. And this music is a combination of soul, funk, that groove, and then you bring in the smooth hip hop slash kind of even spoken word style that Kane is bringing. It's just an incredible record. And I don't, y'all know I don't just say things and say it. It is an incredible record. So Kane, thank you so much for your time for this interview. Much success. And again, get out there to Amazon and iTunes and get The Last Supper's new album.
Called Back to the Future.
Back to the Future.
Yes.
It's your main man, Walkin Contradiction, another installment of Authentiviews of Walkin Contradiction. Remember, if you're not in the spotlight, where are you? Peace. Appreciate it.
Walking contradiction.
Be on.